Hello and welcome to Newsmax TV. I'm John Bachman. We're here in Atlanta at the Hope Global Financial Dignity Summit, and I'm here with the chairman, the founder, and the CEO of Operation Hope, John Hope Bryant. Thanks for being with us.
And your friend.
And your friend, my friend.
That's right.
We're friends, all right. So we're here at this summit, and we're seeing this groundswell of this movement to educate the poor on financial matters. We hear a lot about the reliance of so many Americans at record levels on some sort of government assistance. Talk to us about what the fundamentals that you preach here and that are spread into communities can do to lower and reduce the number of people that are relying on this type of government assistance.
Well, I think first of all, and I'm a fan of Newsmax, by the way, and Chris Ruddy, so thanks for being here. I think let me contextualize first. I was listening to those who survived Hurricane Sandy. And one lady who, she didn't say I'm a Republican, but she basically said, I've run my life, my entire life on my own steam. I've never asked the government for a dime. I believe in self-determination and self-reliance. So one can make some assumptions about her political leanings. And she said, but now I need my government. And I'm asking for my government to help me. I think that things like Hurricane Sandy, and Hurricane Katrina remind us that we do need some role of government in our lives, that we can't do it all by ourselves. Where would we be without the subway system in New York City? I mean, would free enterprise flow if there wasn't a subway system? And if it wasn't for the government, who could put the subway system on their balance sheet? What about police? What about roads and gutters? What about street cleaners? What about all of the public services we take for granted? What about our public education system? So I think that we, like most things in life, we need balance. And by the way, more people on welfare are white than black, a little known fact. So we really are all in this thing together. I've always said that it's not like a welfare mother wakes up in the morning and says, I want to be dumb, stupid, and on welfare. It's like most things, it's a culture. And it's what we don't know that we don't know that's killing me. Here's what I know about this great country. Even a welfare mother wants her child to be successful, hardworking, tax-paying, and contributing to society, if for no other reason than to feel proud of them. But you can't give what you don't have. So I think that the poor have bad role models. They've got bad habits, but they don't have bad lives. That I've never met somebody who doesn't want a life better for themselves and their family, but it's what you don't know that you don't know that's killing you. What you think you know. And so why do we have kids in the inner cities who are dropping out of high school at a 70% rate, 50 to 70% rate? Because we've disconnected education from aspiration, number one. Number two, these kids want to be rap stars, athletes, and drug dealers. Not because they're dumb or they're stupid. The kids are actually, John, brilliant. They're modeling what they see. Because they don't see men with suits on in the inner city. They don't see women with business suits on, people with business cards, white collar workers, entrepreneurs. What they see as symbols of success are rap stars on TV, athletes on the playing field, and drug dealers on the street corner. So the fact that they're actually modeling what they see is actually a point of inspiration. The Gallup Hope Index found that 91% of all kids are not afraid to take risks. 77% of all kids want to be their own boss. 77. 44% of all kids want to own their own business. So there's an opportunity here to reset the culture of America, to help the so-called poor to be contributors, to be GDP growers, to be entrepreneurs, small business owners. But like everything else, you've got to contextualize and give them the environment to do that.
And with your Business in a Box program, you've been able to start out, young kids on the entrepreneurial road. You've also been able to attract private dollars from SunTrust Bank, from Coca-Cola, from Comcast, and many others that I don't really have time to mention right here, Wells Fargo, some of the sponsors of this summit. What role does private industry have in maybe taking some of the responsibility off government shoulders as people look to make cuts to government spending? And where does private industry and the private sector play a role in helping educate?
It's a great question. And I think given my first comment, for your viewers, they probably need to contextualize that I served President Bush as Vice Chairman of the President's Council on Financial Literacy. And he signed an executive order in 2008 making financial literacy federal policy based on our work. I've also served Clinton and Obama, so we're bipartisan in our work. I think free enterprise is everything. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur from 10 years of age, Why am I an entrepreneur? Because I saw my father be an entrepreneur. That's why I'm talking about role modeling. I'm not a genius, I'm not brilliant. My guess is you're a professional in this industry because you saw somebody and you said, I want to go do that. Every viewer on Newsmax can point to somebody that inspired them to be who they are. So I am a strong believer that free enterprise is the way. Even a communist country like China kicked out their own system and adopted free enterprise, and it lifted 340 million people out of poverty. I think that job creation, small business and entrepreneurship and self-employment projects, that's the new crucible. So the government needs to create an enabling environment that enterprise can grow, ideas can be fostered. And we do that through individual property rights, we do that through a number of ways. And then we've got to inspire a whole new generation of kids, 4th grade through 12th grade, 30 million kids in this country, to go become their own job, to create their own Apple, their own LinkedIn, their own Facebook, their own Twitter. And by the way, that all came from young people. To reimagine our future and to create the GDP growth that comes from cities, that comes from communities, it comes from people. Everybody's their little economic engine. So Hope Business in the Box, as you know, we take kids through a financial literacy course, then a primer course in entrepreneurship. We let them pick a business idea for $500 or less. We put them on a stage with local business leaders, like the people who are here today. They have 2 minutes to pitch their business idea. Think about this with these kids in America and how that it turns them on.
And they can watch it on Shark Tank too, to kind of get a primer.
It's Shark Tank for kids.
All right, because you've worked for the last 3 presidents we've had, you've seen bipartisan action, and all 3 of those presidents had a second term. What do you think we can expect from President Obama in a second term?
I'm hopeful. I think that he has an opportunity, and I think he's going to seize it based on what I know about him, and even the speech he gave for his acceptance. He's going to try to bring America together. He's going to have to collaborate with the other side of the aisle, and hopefully the other side of the aisle has gotten the message and the memo that they need to collaborate too. Nobody can govern this country with 47 or 59 or 52 or whatever. We need everybody. I was with Jim Clifton, the chairman CEO of Gallup, and I said, you've got 2 honorary degrees from HSBCs for historically black colleges. I said, why do you like black people so much? Why do you like black-white relations? John, he said, I don't. I mean, it stunned me. He said, I don't really care about black people. I just want to make America better. I want to make America win. I think that's the formula, and I think that that's what President Obama has in his mind, is he wants to leave a legacy, like every president. I think he's got a chance to start early. Versus starting in his 4th year, he can almost start in his 1st year. And I'm going to work hard to help him do that. He's gotten right down to business with the fiscal cliff. He's called both sides of the House together. He's brought CEOs in just yesterday, it was yesterday, to meet with him on these issues. He's made it clear that jobs and economic growth is his priority. We will disagree. Like any good marriage is made of constructive friction. We'll disagree in this country about what route we should be taking, but we won't disagree on where we're going. And where we're going is prosperity, the remaking and the reimagination of America, because America has to win. We've got to be the global leader of the world because we're the light on the hill, man.
There's a lot of that optimism here at this summit. It's been a great experience, and thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Deeply honored. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Newsmax.